Man, gotta talk about this for the 1,000th time. But let me reiterate it for those who are new to the channel, haven't seen none of my old videos. We'll get into it again. Let's talk about it. So old Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator of the Washington Commanders. Before I get into this video, hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like or dislike button, however you may feel, and let me know your feelings. I want to know what you think. I'm not the expert on anything, but I'm always gonna give you an educated either opinion, or I'm gonna hit you with the straight facts / truth about something. But let's get into it. So, Jack Del Rio of the Washington Commanders, which I think the name, the Washington Commanders, is kind of growing on me. I don't know about y'all. I thought it was goofy as hell, but yeah, it's kind of growing on me. But that's all besides the point. I'm just talking shit. Former Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. He coached my favorite team, the Oakland, now Las Vegas Raiders, for a while. He's not a bad coach at all. But right now he's the defensive coordinator. And he's come under fire for his opinion. I might want to say, matter of fact, I don't even want to say it's an opinion. Bill Maher defended him and said, hey, he shouldn't be slammed for his opinion, but I'll say it's an absolute fact. Damn near the truth. But we aren't actually there at these places, but by giving off what we know, I'd like to say it's the truth. Jack Del Rio put out some tweets, man, talking about January 6th. Of course, here they go they're bringing it all up again. This is just a ploy by the Democrats. Now, before you start talking about, are you a right winger or anything like that? I don't fuck with either side. They are both anti-freedom. They are both pro-corporation. They'll both go against your self-interest of the individual. But they play this game with you. They play this good cop, bad cop game with you. And Democrats really run the majority of all media, whether you want to believe that or not. But here they go. They're trying to, because they're looking so terrible right now. They're controlling Congress. They're in the presidency seat. But the economy's fucked up. Now, it's not solely their fault. There's things that Joe Biden could have done and that he has done that's contributed to the way things are. But, it was a collaborative effort. But nonetheless, when anybody else is in office, when Trump was in office, they blamed everything on him, right? When gas was going high, you had guys like Chuck Schumer blaming it on him, saying he could do something. When gas was starting to rise up with COVID, blamed everything on Trump. Doesn't have to be the truth, but that's what everybody conveniently ran with at that time, because Trump, is easy to paint Trump as the villain. Meanwhile, those same people on that side conveniently make excuses at the same time. They'll turn around and make excuses for Joe Biden. They don't have a problem showing their hypocrisy, because they know that you people are stupid. They know that the public is full of idiots, spineless idiots who, whatever direction it's going, whatever direction the wind sways today, that's what direction most of you will go in. And so they take advantage of that. But Jack Del Rio with this January 6th thing, and they're trying to do this so they can garner some support because of how terrible everything looks on their end. They've been publishing this and, you know, having it on the prime time and everything. If you're still engaged in all of this, I feel sorry for you. You need to get a life. This shit is it's bullshit. But Jack Del Rio referred to January 6th as a dust-up. Now, I'm paraphrasing everything he said, but yeah, he referred to it as a dust-up where, you know, and he said what I've said over and over again, that the only thing that got hurt was, you know, a couple of things were taken out of the Capitol. Maybe the door locks on the doors were busted down or something. That's about it. Now, he was comparing it to the riots that happened during the summer of 2020 with George Floyd and everything. Now, he's gonna talk about, oh, Corey, it's two different things. It's two different things. One was murdered by police. The other one was about a stolen election. Stuff like that. I understand. I understand. Yes, people had the right to be angry when somebody gets killed in the manner that they do. Now, I wish that people would, you know, stand up even more for, you know, a lot of different situations, but it seems like only when the news tells you to go out and get mad, that's when you go. Because there's been even doing foul shit every day. But when it comes to protesting, now listen to everything I'm saying, because I'm going to run through it all, the steps. There's all the steps. When it comes to protesting, it's like the First Amendment states, everybody has the right to protest for whatever reason it may be. Like I stated in the previous video, the Brittany Griner video, when I was getting on the Republican side, the quote-unquote right-wing side, even though we know that those people in office are really right-wing now. The Democrats are right-wing, but, you know, that's let me stop, because y'all don't understand that. Y'all just go off whatever y'all told in the media. People have the right to voice their opinion and protest whatever they want to protest. Hell, if you don't like the new sandwich at McDonald's or something, or you think what McDonald's is doing is wrong to the animals and stuff like that, which, or, you know, people shouldn't eat beef or whatnot, you could go protest for that. Now, where you make the divide are the people who are going in and doing, you know, stuff like, you say, people who ran into the Capitol. Because you had plenty of people who were protesting. It was only some that were going in and decided that they wanted to storm the Capitol. Which, if you've seen certain evidence, shows that this was a inside job. I'd bet any amount of money on that. The same as what happened during the riots during during 2020. Let's say January. During the 2020 quote-unquote riots. Now, those weren't completely riots. Those were a few dumbasses that were going through and destroying businesses, breaking in, stealing stuff, destroying, you know, stores and all of that. And I tell you what, because like to put a lot of it on black folks. A lot of it was white boys starting that shit, going to those neighborhoods and starting up the riots and stuff like that. I know somebody personally who did an organic, and I put emphasis on organic, did an organic protest. Because like I said, the stuff that you were seeing wasn't organic. But when somebody started an organic protest and they found bricks around the area where they were starting at. And how many times did you see that? You saw that in Atlanta. Stacks of bricks set up somewhere and somebody called it out. You saw all type of stuff like that. So they wanted to start this type of stuff. You had people who were infiltrating those things. But still, you separate the protesters from the riots. The majority of the people out there were peacefully, or even if they raising hell and they angry and screaming or whatnot, they have every right to. They got every right to protest. And I defended them. I even spoke with an officer who was talking about how they were implementing curfews and all of that. And I told them that I informed them on how you're going against those people's First Amendment right to protest. It's not when you feel like it's over for them. They get to protest. And they can do it all through the night. If you wanted to stop, then treat people right. But what Jack Del Rio is talking about, the damage that is done, the damage that was inflicted upon, and how it affected society in general. How many of you were affected by the Capitol being torn up? Huh? Just answer that question for me. How many of you were affected by the Capitol being torn up? On the other hand, like I said, one fight was stupid, which is all elections are rigged if you ask me. But that's a whole nother conversation. It's all rigged. The system is rigged. From the when you voting in the primaries, it's rigged. You just think you have a choice. It's an illusion. But they didn't have enough evidence for that. So it was stupid to do what they did. Those few that did. Not the people who went out and protested. But even if they went out and protested up there and all of that, they got every right to. It's still dumb. Everything that they were talking about, standing on and saying what was going to happen next and all that, it was all stupid. All those guys who were following Trump, it was dumb. But they still had that right. But how many people got affected from the Capitol getting, Pelosi's laptop or somebody getting taken, or a statue? How did that affect you? Meanwhile, you got people around the country burning people's businesses down. Businesses that people working hard who are trying to challenge the system, because that's how you challenge the system. That's how you challenge the corporations. But they want you to go ahead and burn that crap down so it can destroy the competition. And so now you've given them the blueprint on any time that we want to destroy competition. Hey, just go kill a nigga on camera. And these fools will go and burn everything down. And then we'll by default have a monopoly on goods. Kind of like the pandemic. They shutting everybody's businesses down, but they're keeping Amazon and shit open. So now you got to buy from them. And now the transfer of wealth goes directly to those companies. See, you don't get it. Y'all haven't learned how to fight. One thing you can say about what happened on January 6th is they went to their target, who they had the issue with. These folks over in Minnesota and stuff went to Derek Chauvin's house, but they were met by police. Police were sitting up there guarding it because they're going to protect their own. Which is why, it kills me that y'all want gun control. Y'all want gun control. Y'all want to put more power into the state. And Biden portrayed all of you on that. Upping the police power even more. Putting more funding into the police, man. It's crazy. Because if y'all felt empowered, the folks that were doing something, that were sitting there while George Floyd was getting choked out, they would have done something. But they don't feel empowered to do something. They don't feel like they'll even be backed by the public if the shit goes down. If they have to do what they got to do. Same for them folks standing in front, and that they sit up there and they blocked Derek Chauvin's house. So you couldn't do nothing. So what did everybody do? They went and tore up everything else. Now, they got the police station, but they went and tore up everything else. You talk about, oh, these just white folks. Y'all still in the black-white dichotomy and all that bullshit. Well, let's just say that's what it is. But did you hear what Killer Mike said in Atlanta? Y'all burnt down black businesses too. You people get employed. Your family members get employed by these businesses. You put them out of a job. And do you think everybody recovered from that? No, they didn't. Not everybody did. But they want to talk about January 6th. They don't want to have you believe that January 6th was more detrimental and more important than what happened during the summer of Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all of that. While they were manipulating you. You gave them the blueprint. This is all they got to do. They don't got to come through and do it themselves. You'll do it. Nobody give a damn about the Capitol. We the taxpayers on that shit anyway, on that Capitol. And we keep sitting up there, they tell, we quote unquote payers. They still can steal off damn taxes and then give themselves raises while everybody else is getting screwed during the economy and what's going on right now. And y'all give a damn about a fucking Capitol. Anybody who's talking that crap about a Capitol, you should be looking at them sideways. And talking about, that should be the focus. You should be looking at them sideways and wonder what their priorities in life are. It's sad. So everything Jack Del Rio said was 100% correct. And the NFL, the Commanders screwed up once again, that whole organization like they've been screwing up. Trying to be woke now because they've been fuck-ups in the past. Dan Snyder and them. They had no reason to fine him for what he believed. And in actuality, he was 100% right. I'll holler at y'all later.